Welcome to Debbie's Back Porch. I'm going to do a quick video on making cornbread, just like I did on making biscuits. We have here 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal. I use white lily. You can use something else, but this is for self-rising. I'll do a separate video on how to make cornbread from plain cornmeal. Now, corn itself, cornmeal, doesn't have gluten, but if you buy the self-rising cornmeal, it's going to have some flour in it, so it's not gluten-free. But I will do a video later using organic plain cornmeal and show you what needs to be added there. So our ingredients are 1 fresh egg, and boy, this is a fresh egg. Just came out of the backyard. A cup of buttermilk, and this is a scant ½ cup of lard. You can use Crisco. It really doesn't work that well with oil, so it needs to be a solid shortening. You could use butter. This is a 9-inch skillet. This is my Lodge 1 notch. That's my oven coming up to heat. I have oiled it, I have greased it with some of the lard. A bone of contention among cornbread cooks: do you heat the pan? I do not. There are reasons not to, and there are reasons to. Basically, it's whatever your family tradition is. I never heat the pan ahead of time. I grease it liberally. It melts and makes a beautiful crust, but then if you heat it first, it also makes a beautiful crust. So this way I don't burn myself. So I have 2 cups here, and I make cornbread the same way I make biscuits, with my hands. So if you don't want to use your hands, you can try it some other way. I've never had any luck without using my hands. 1 egg in the middle. A scant ½ cup of lard in the middle. I make a little bowl in the middle, just like I do when I'm making biscuits. And about half of the milk. And the milk is never exact. Sometimes I add a little more, sometimes a little less. The lard wasn't fully at room temperature. It should have been, but I took it out of the refrigerator and measured it out. So I mix it up. Add the rest of the milk. Now, you're not looking for the same texture here, so I may have to add a little bit more milk. You're not looking for the same texture that you do with biscuits. You want this to be a much thinner texture. So this is too thick, and I'm going to add just a touch more milk. Be right back. The buttermilk is a little thicker, and I may have not measured exactly right on the flour. I am kind of an eyeball it person. Okay, this is the right texture. I added another ¼ cup of milk. And so you want it not thinner than you would make your biscuits, thinner than mashed potatoes, and mix it good. And then into the well-greased cold pan. Unless your grandmother heated the pan, and then you put it into the heated pan. If you'll notice, I put no sugar in this. Some people put more eggs. We like cornbread with a kind of a rough texture, not a cakey texture. This goes into the oven at a preheated oven for 425 for about 20 minutes. Show you what we got when we're done. Okay, cornbread's out of the oven. A little bit browner than I wanted it. I was doing something else. And there you go. Let's cut this for you and see what we've got. This is crispy, which is how we like cornbread. Cornbread from self-rising cornmeal mix, ready to go with our chili tonight.